Hi, I'm Benjamin Temple, and I'm doing a video on the Southern Pacific Daylight train. So I have this book. It is, according to this page 230, this is a 1940 train, Coastal Line Daylight Train 9899. 14 car, San Francisco to Los Angeles, effective January 5th, 1940. Now, I have all 14 cars, as I call it. I mean, they're not individual cars, they're articulated, so there's a kitchen and diner that all one car, and then there's 3 sets of articulated cars that are 2. Well, that's where I got the idea for this train, was from this book right here. It's the Southern Pacific Daylight Train 9899 by Richard K. Wright. I believe I got this from Bill Harris, which is in Paducah, Kentucky. He's the one that sold me this book, but I'm not 100% sure, because I bought some of my books from Amazon. So, it says here 20 cars, maximum consists, and then line car 3, 7, 14, and 16 equipped with radio receivers. And then ACW class cars always face forward. C.H. Grant. So the reason I'm doing a video on these cars is because I took them to the River City Model Railroad Club, which I joined back in November, roughly, give or take a little. And in the process of joining them, I've been running my equipment. I mean, obviously, the whole idea that you want to join a model railroad, because I don't have an actual layout, not an operational one. And so, this here is the chair car, I believe is what they call this. It's a 2-car set articulated. Yeah, it's the... So this is a 1953 post-war, according to Broadway Limit. That's who makes this train. As you can see in the box. And it refers to it as a chair, articulated chair, chair W, pound 2468 / chair M, pound 2467. So when I went to operate it on the club layout, I had some trouble with it. My 3-car articulated set come apart. And I know that I got this set back in November of 2014 when I actually received it, according to my Excel file that I have on my computer, because I log all this stuff now in Excel to keep track of it, because I just have so much of it that I just can't remember everything, every detail about each and every car. And so I think I placed an order for that, it seems like in the spring of that 2014. I don't exactly remember, to be 100% honest. But the reason we're doing this video, one of the things that come to the problem at the club layout is this problem right here, which this car barely goes over. But as you can see, the coupler height is correct on this car. Maybe you can't see, but the trip pin is the problem, is some of them are hanging really low. And so I've done all the cars except for these articulated chairs, or coach cars as you call them. They're my last cars to do. Also, I notice on the articulated coffee diner kitchen diner car, it rolled really rough, and I don't know the reasoning for that. I checked, all the axles are in the proper place, and as far as I can tell of, everything's working as it should be. Now this one here is a little higher than the other one as far as the trip pin. It's good, but I think I will adjust that. But it seems to roll pretty smooth too, compared to some of them, which really rolled. So what I'm doing is taking the axles out, or the trucks off, and then taking the wheels off and lubricating them, which did make had some single cars like the Parlay or the let's see, the Tavern car is one of those cars that rolled really rough, and I don't know if that had something to do with the fact that so these trucks that have like a stainless steel, it looks like it might actually be just standard metal, but I don't really know. And forgive me, it's really hard to try to operate a camera. I don't have some fancy camera, so I don't have one that rides on my shoulder, so I don't know, but I was going to try to show you. But I just recently got this track gauge height deal about, seems like 2 months ago, roughly, give or take a little. And I've been checking, and you know, I probably didn't say who I get my stuff from. So the majority of my sales, or purchases should I say, that I do is through Cordyville Station. John Shoemaker, he's the one that cuts me the best deals for my money, best value anyhow. And so I always buy my stuff from him. His wife gets involved too. Sometimes she is part of those purchases. I mean, because he's out sometimes farming and other businesses that he has to take care of. But him and I have been doing business since 1996. That's when I first run into him at the Arcola train show there in Arthur, Illinois, I guess, where the Rockland Garden place used to be. He's the guy that has really changed my life in trains, because well, when I ordered this set back there in the spring, summer, somewhere along in there, all the cars were available online except for the parlor car, if I remember right. And so in getting, or when I saw that, I didn't just want to buy the train and then not have a car, be missing a car. And it seems to be nothing more than that makes a train set worthless or less valuable to collectors, is the fact that you don't have all the cars that go to it. So but these cars don't, they're not, the trucks are not screwed on. They come with like a pin, and you gotta hold them, which some of them pop out pretty easily, but I'm going to say this one's not gonna happen. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but still getting the hang of doing some things. I mean, while I've done quite a few videos, I've never done anything quite like this online, and it appears there's a truck that is also giving me problems. Or coupler, I meant. I think I said truck, but this coupler is not swinging as it should be, and I don't know why. So I thought I would take these coupler boxes, much like the old Athearn. They're kind of a sprung with a little hole, and they just pop on there, and so you gotta kind of push them up. Okay, that's why it must have popped out of its section, but nothing's broken, so I'm not really sure. But the couplers, I don't know why Broadway Limit didn't make those out of metal. Not to say that they do terrible jobs. I mean, in my experience with Broadway, they build great stuff. That's my personal opinion. And like all things, we could always make improvements or corrections or changes, right? But this coupler is on it's got like a pivot. Now I know the Kadees use that whisker, and this is kind of what this is in a matter of sense. So I'm really surprised that Kadees doesn't make something, but they could truly make something to fit that car, I'm sure, and it'd be metal instead. That'd be really awesome if they did. Not to say that I'm ever going to pull 100 cars on top of this train set. I mean, it's a 14 car set, and I intend to keep it that way in that sense. But I wanted to show you guys so the trucks here, you know, like a metal casing on the outer edge, or a metal frame, and that's where the wheels, the axle of the wheel rides on metal here. But it's also how it gets an electrical pickup. So there is wow. So as you can see, there's a metal piece here, and then it comes up to these tips which poke into the car, and I'm assuming they attach to where metal lead, but can't tell if they're stainless or if they're just metal and they're painted silver. One of them that I had did look to be a little rusty, but they look to be stainless, but I could be wrong. I guess one way to know for sure is take a magnet and just wipe over, and of course the magnet sticks. It's probably not a good stainless, even if it is stainless. So what I've been doing is taking this lube, this Bella 102 gear lube. I think I have some axle grease too, or it's grease for the couplers. And I'm sure that it's probably more for what's called axle grease, but yeah, actually it's not called that. It's made by the same company. It's called plastic compatible lubrication grease. And unfortunately the backside is wore off, if there was ever any writing on it, just in the front. Even that's partly wore off, but it just says grease with PTFE net volume. Don't really see that it says any purpose, so Probably serves the same purpose as this does. But I just put 1 or 2 drops in the wheels themselves, or in the little axle pivots, and then on the edges of the axles I put a drop or 2. We'll see how this goes. I haven't that I'm aware of. Well, the Walters cars, they say to grease those up too, which I have done. I don't remember if I used the white stuff or this more clear looking stuff. I don't know if it's grease or this gear lubricant stuff, but I used one of the others, and all of them have lights, so it didn't affect that, and it did truly make them more freer, which is what I use on the other cars I've already done anyhow, is I put this stuff on them. And it really does seem to make a big difference in the way the cars roll. I mean, after all, it's supposed to be lubricant. You would hope, or come to expect, that it should make a difference. So, and there also is a special way that you need to be very careful when learning this from doing the other car. So there's a hole, well, a hole where the axle or the pivot point for the truck, and I also lubricate this just a little bit. I don't know if that's necessary, but so this thing has a pin. You include a washer. Some of my trucks ain't got that, but this pin right here where I'm pointing my screwdriver at has got to go to this box hole. If you do not get it that way, you will find that your truck will not rotate properly. Instead of wanting to rotate, it will only swing one direction and not both directions, or at least that's what I found out in my doing earlier. So anyhow, I'm gonna do some of this, leave the camera roll, but I'm gonna do some editing and cut. I hope that'll work anyhow, and we'll show you the results of oiling. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if I was the one that lubricated these, but I don't think it was. So right here in the middle, they've been lubricated. I don't recall doing that I'm aware of. As you can see, the trucks, well, maybe you can't see. So the trucks here have metal insides that they're riding on, and they're a metal axle. As you can see here, these wheels actually look like the Proto 2000. They may or may not be, but if they are, they weren't put in me, and they were like that from the factory. I didn't change anything as far as that goes. So, dirty wordy sayer. Alright, so we have lubricated these cars, or trucks should I say. It's actually just one car or two cars articulated, but it does roll somewhat I guess it does roll a lot more freer now that I've done that. So there you have it. Let me know what you think about these cars. I've had them, like I say, since 2014. I've had them out of the box once or twice. When I got the MT4s by Athearn, I had them out to run them with that engine just to see they would not pull them. You had to have an extra engine. Even my MTH GS4 locomotive will not single-handedly pull these. It might now once I lubricate them up, but you still have to have a diesel or something behind it to have enough pull to get them moving. So just wanted to see what people think. And what is your favorite train? I mean, I don't know this is my favorite train. I like this paint scheme, and it goes with the GS4, and being that's what I had, I thought it would be neat to have. So anyhow, I'm trying to stay within like the 1956 modeling era, even though the book says 1940, but Broadway Limit says 1956, I think is what I told you, post-war 1956, so that would work just right along. And if the GS4 4449 locomotive was pulling this, I have two other GS locomotives. One's a GS4. No, it is not in the daylight paint scheme, and there's a GS6. It's in the black and gray or black and silver paint scheme that Southern Pacific has. So you would not have passenger car or passenger colors. I didn't get it for passenger. I got it to pull freight. That's why it's not. I thought about maybe getting the 4446, but it's probably already too late now that Broadway Limit is probably sold out. Maybe I could get lucky, but probably not now. Maybe sometime down the road in the future. Anyhow, take care.